Hello, welcome to the unscripted, unfiltered, extended conversation about Redo a Healer. Now, if you want my scripted thoughts, my proper thoughts, go check out the review, because that's where I got most of my thoughts out. There was only like 2 points I can think of that I didn't say, but the main gist was, it's a very average show. There's not much special about it other than the rape aspect, which when it happens the first time, it's like, okay, this is shocking. And then after that, it's like just a thing that happens. And the internet, in all of its limited wisdom, they like to go like, "Oh, you're just a snowflake. What do you can't take it?" It's like it's not that. It's just it doesn't make sense in the book, you know? Like I don't know how else to explain it. Like edgy kids want to be edgy, you know? They're gonna go like, "Oh, I like this show because it's so raw and so far against normal norms." But it's like that doesn't make it a good show. It just doesn't. That doesn't make it better than anything else. Like that's just it. Like every person I've talked to with a brain has told me that we all agree like, yeah, it's a decent show. Like it's not trash, it's not excellent, it's not like a 10 out of 10 or anything. But it's like the rape doesn't mean anything. You know, it's just kind of there. Some guy had told me he thought it was meant to show his downward spiral. I think that's him reading into it too deep. I'm not meaning this to offend dude. I'm just saying it as in like, I don't think that it's that deep. Just because of all the playful moments in the manga where he goes like, haha. I hate the playful moments in the manga. I wish they did not exist. All the moments where the characters sit back and they try to have like a funny chuckle. I wish it didn't happen. Or if it was, just do not include the main character. So like, I feel like it just kind of ruins the whole serious aspect when you see them go like, oh, let's go get cheesecake. Ah, let's do our nails. It's like, it does not need to be there. That is my main point. It has no reason to be there. On the anime side, episode 5 just came out, and they showed the Curryha episode. The thing with Curryha, right? In manga and anime, she was the most innocent one. She did nothing to the main character. The only reason they fought is because she thought it was a misunderstanding, right? So in manga, he catches her, he drugs her, and then he rapes her, technically, and then he like brainwashes her. Supposedly, they don't show it, but it doesn't make sense for her to like him that much. So it's heavily implied that he like hypnotized or brainwashed her or something. In the anime, she goes like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Let me pay you back with sex." And I'm like, so she's just a whore? It doesn't make any sense. It's like, oh, this is a holy night. Oh, she accidentally attacked someone. Might as well sleep with him. Like, it came out of nowhere. It's like, this is like, it's a hentai plot. In a hentai, I'm like, it just didn't make any sense to me, you know? Out here, let me pay you back, and then they have sex, and then they're just cool, and she's just horny for him all the time. It's like, you don't know this dude. I think they had just met the first time when that happened, or like he saw her once, and it's like it did not make sense. The manga one makes more sense, but like I said, it was just kind of, you know, another rape scene in this book full of them, so it didn't feel like anything either. All the side characters suck. They're straight trash. They don't do anything. they like, before they get brainwashed, they're somewhat interesting, I guess. And then they get brainwashed, and then they don't have any character. It gets sucked out of them. Just like the second he brainwashes them, it's like, oh, interesting character coming back in. If it worked like Shadow of War, right? Because in Shadow of War, when you mind control someone, they still have their personality. Just they follow you now. That's the only difference. If it was like that, I feel like it would be better. Because Freya, because all of them have like that crazy energy. Everyone he's mind controlled so far has like kind of crazy. Like the princess is kind of a nut, and Curryha was okay. Like I think she would just follow him. She'd be normal. Like if she wasn't thirsty for him, I think she would probably be a better character. If we're going into later stuff, Norn, I feel like Norn would have been like the best one, because she was like a smart dictator. and that would have been really interesting to have like 2 smart people on the team, but no. Setsuna's there. Like, a lot of people go like, he didn't rape Setsuna. It's like, he basically said, eat my dick, or your whole clan's gonna die. That's basically what he said. And I'm like, oh wow, what a choice. Yeah, it's like all of them suck. Every mind-controlled character sucks. All the side characters in general actually suck, because they don't, like, real talk, the most interesting side character was Norn, because she was the only one who had, she was smart, she was like a dictator, the princess, they hated each other, that was fine. And then she got brainwashed, and then she was trash. She was like, weird younger sister thing, it's out of, like, you know, Japan. It was a Japan thing. All the like, I don't understand why they made everybody racist. Like, everyone in the book has no good reason to be like that. They just are. All of them. And, like, I found it so funny, right? Because in the first part where you see everyone treating him terrible, I was like, well, there's the one guy, what's his name? Cannon Knight Bullet, right? And I'm like, oh, he's probably cool. And it turns out he's, like, the one gay guy. And he wanted to smash the main character. I'm like, oh, no! It was so inconvenient that ended up happening. Let's see. What else is there? Like, I don't think this is going to be as long as, like, a logcast or anything. I don't have that much to say about this show. It's done, I think it's average, but it's done things that piss me off. Like I said at the end of the review, and I was like, if it was more grimdark, I think I'd like it more. But it didn't do that. There's not really much else I could say on that point, because I already talked about the little funny haha moments, but that's my main thing. If it was more serious, it would have been more standout from everything else. The only thing it has that stands out is its controversial, like, first scenes, and then after that it's like, okay. Let's see. The main character, I wish he was better. Like, I don't mean like a 100% good guy. I just mean like, I wish he did stuff, like better stuff. I don't know. Cause like the whole thing of him being a healer, I'm like, bro, he's straight up bodying things. Like, that's not what healing does. I overhealed your wound, so now you'll blow up. I'm like, can we talk about how he made some guy blow up? How did he do that? If his whole thing is healing magic, how did he, when he had the armament thing, his ring that he got, and the guy he was fighting, he was like, well, you got close to me, so now you'll die because my magic is in you. I'm like, this, like, he's not Kenshiro. He's a healer. How did he heal this man to blow up? I just like, because if he was like a support, like going back to if the characters kept their personalities or whatever, if he was like a support and he just like overhealed people, like I don't know, some Overwatch character or something that would give you overshield, that would be cool. Like if he just had to mind control people to make them fight for him all the time, that would have been cool. But instead, he can just do everything, which is dumb. Like, I didn't think about it before, right? But I watched a review video, and the guy was like, he mind controlled a blade person, so now he knows how to fight with a sword. I didn't think about that, but that was really stupid. I don't understand the point of making a character whose main thing is he's a healer, but then he can just learn everything else. Like, that was the one specific thing he had. He could have been really cool. I think he could have been really interesting in his powers, but now he's just everything. He could literally be everyone in that thing. I bet when he beats, what's his name? Shell Cannon? I bet when he beats him, he's gonna mind control him, maybe rape him, I don't know, because it's weird like that. And then he'll go like, oh yes, now I know how to use every kind of artillery. I'll make a cannon that can shoot tree trunks. Like, because he could do that. But he's a healer. It's stupid. It's stupid. I wish it wasn't like that. I wish they just found creative ways for him to use his powers. Something like Josuke. Like if an evil character had Josuke's powers, you can do some crazy stuff with it. I wouldn't mind if you like touched a rock, healed the rock on someone, and then it just crushed them. Like, that would be cool. But now he just knows how to fight with swords, cast magic, you know, Firaga, you know, it's like, don't go like redo of a healer. It should have been redo of an everything, because I'm perfect. Like, dog, redo of perfection. It's just a picture of a cell in the middle. Like, oh my god. Oh man, what else? Do I have anything else to say? Like, in the first scene, I'm just getting the little stuff out now. In the first scene, when he meets when he does all the terrible stuff to Freya, and then he makes a house fire, I'm like, why did no one check her room first? I don't remember it being stated like it locked from the inside or anything. I could be wrong on this point, but like, why did they not check the princess's room first? You know, I feel like that just makes sense. And they're out here, it's the kingdom. I'm like, so there were no guards outside of the princess's room, and there were no guards near the princess's room, clearly, since he got out. Like, oh my god. When he changed Freya, all he really did, he changed her eye color. That was it. And I'm like, no one notices that this is the princess? Like, at all? Like, come on. Freya had a reaction to Norn, but she has not had a reaction to literally anything else in the book. Like, the thing with Freya noticing Norn, right? Because people go like, oh, it's family, that's why she would. And it's like, I think it was, like, they explain it later, like, it's like later in the book is when Norn started acting like a prick towards Freya, right? And I'm like, how does she not have a single thought about any of her main guards at all? Like, when she saw Blade Knight, was that the good one? The one, whatever Curryha was. She saw her, I think she saw the Sword Knight. I don't know these fucking names, bro. Why is it Kirby rules where there's Blade Knight and Sword Knight? Who cares? But she saw both of them. No reaction. I think she heard about her sister. She's like, eh! I'm like, come on. That's the one thing your body reacts to. I'm like, God. Norn could have been like the best villain, and then she sucked. She did literally like nothing. Like, they made her say all this terrible stuff, and then they had the scene where she killed nameless characters. Like, all of them were nameless. They were meant to make you care about the cake girl, but it was an unnamed dog. And it, you know, for a minute you'll go like, oh damn. But then you're like, okay, like, whatever. It did not matter. And when Hawkeye dies, she's just there. I think, like, I don't even think she could fight. I think she just sucked. I think that was her main thing. Like, she was just the powerless little evil lolly princess. And I'm like, okay. They hyped her up so much, and then she lost in like 3 chapters. Like, with her physically showing up in the story, she lost in like 3 chapters, and she didn't do anything in those 3. She basically went like, hey guys, kill him. And then mind-controlled Freya in the back was like, hey guys, how about you don't do that? And then they didn't. It was dumb. I don't think anyone can beat the main character now. Because, like, look, listen. With his ring armament bullshit, right? Which, he's got the most overpowered one. Like, Blade Knight, the girl he stole it from, her ability was to get busky. His is to instantly kill anyone near him. Like, what? He, since his ability, if you're in one, what did he say? Like 1 meter or something? Basically, whenever you get close to him, he can kill you. Cause you're in his range. Cause you're in his range. Also, you can't touch him or else he'll instantly kill you too. You know. And, this is not One Punch Man, right? I want to make that clear. One Punch Man can do it because that's a funny gag character, right? If you want me to take this seriously and you're telling me this dude, if he touches you, you lose. If you get close to him, you lose. Shit. Probably if you get far, watch one day he's gonna touch a rock, throw it, and go like, well, you touched my ability, so fuck you, you've lost, you know? I don't know what that sound was, but like, I don't know how enemies are meant to fight him, because this is, like, they have magic, they have ranged magic, but most of the people they've shown have, like, swords. So the second they get close to them, he can just, Thanos, kill him. Kenshiro, snap, blam, blow up. I don't know how they're gonna make more suspenseful fights unless they make him instantly lose that ring. But it's like, well, that's a risk. It doesn't matter who you are since he can just blow you up. Yeah, I can't think of any way around that. Like, with it making sense. If he gets into any fights now and he doesn't just instantly blow up whatever living thing is in front of him, it's like, unless he fights robots or trees or something for the rest of the story, it doesn't make sense how he would get into any kind of predicament, right? Let's see. How calm the Black Angel lady is? Demon? I don't know what she is. I don't really care. Winged creature. But yeah, the Black Demon lady, right? So she's normal. She's the only one in his group who's normal. I guess Setsuna's little stupid dog lolly colorful self is too. Kind of, but like this Black Demon lady he's walking around with, right? She's like, she's seen him just treat them like trash. I think she's heard them. I think she's heard him call them toys all the time. They're basically just smashing all the time. She woke up one time and they're just smashing, and she's just like, oh my goodness, oh goodness gracious, like every single time. And I'm like, you're a normal person. A normal person would leave after that, or at least go, And I also think Freya said that she's his slave or something, and I'm just like, that was a normal thing to you, this demon lady? And they also try to like play it off like, oh, she's got kind of a crush on him. I'm like, why? For what reason, right? I'm like, I'm just saying, like, there's no reason for that. Some people go like, it's an anime, you're looking into it too deep. It's like, don't tell me to go like, this is the new mainstream anime, and then go like, well, don't think about it. Like, how do you sound? Let's see. I'm looking for any closing off points. Like, I didn't think I had that much to say, but I guess I did. Let's see. Is there anything else? I think the king should have been more involved. I think, like, it's possible he could show up later in the story, but I'm like, so the princess is dead. Both of the, okay, who's running the capital or the kingdom or whatever right now, right? Because both the princesses, who I think were in the same, they might have been from different districts, I don't know. They're both with the main character, and everyone else thinks they're dead. Who's running these places, right? Like, and the thing is, when the main character changed, right? He looks the same, he's just a little taller, but no one notices who he is. I'm like, what? Really? This man, you all have said, has kidnapped 2 princesses, and y'all just go like, oh, well, you know. And I believe that in the final fight with Norn, like, they didn't see, well, no, they had a fight in the middle of the fucking street. So, I'm like, no one saw that? Isn't this town full of people? You could go like, well, they were on the plaza. I'm like, you know, some people are stupid. You know, they stay inside. I'm like, I fail to believe that no one saw that, is what I'm saying, you know, because it was a decently long fight. That's one. 2, he slashed a carriage in half, and I'm like, oh, no one heard that. Oh, God forbid, you know. I fail to believe that no one's noticed this man for stealing 2 princesses, and they know he did it. I'm just saying, I feel like there should be more, like, knights searching around. Like, if they walked around, like, hooded and stuff, that would be cool. But they just go like, you know, I'm about to go get some apples. Ha ha. It's like, you're wanted, dude. It's like, come on. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yikes. They kept talking about Setsuna's tribe being strong, and literally the second they get there, they were all like, enslaved. I'm like, don't. Didn't they say they were like the Ice Wolf clan race, whatever the fuck? They're related to demigods, and I'm like, these niggas are ass. Like, none of them have done anything. I can't think. Who is Setsuna beat? Name anyone a side character's beat with a name. Go ahead. Oh wait, you can't name one. It has not happened. All of them they suck. Setsuna, the main thing she did was kill a bunch of fodder soldiers. That was it. I understand it was like, well, yes, this is my revenge. I get that, right? But it doesn't change the fact she hasn't beat anyone of note at all. Like, literally none of them. She got into like one fight, I think, with Blade Knight, and I think she got knocked out. Curryha, I think, also kind of like clapped them or told them to stay back. I'm like, bro, y'all suck. Y'all all suck. I think the strongest one at the moment is the demon lady, and they keep saying like she's the strongest, but in the one combat instance she's been shown in thus far, she was knocked out. So like, whatever. Ah. Good old redo of a healer. Good old redo of a healer. I'm not mad at people liking this anime. You can like whatever you want. I'm just saying, don't go like, well, the internet's just a bunch of snowflakes if you don't like this hardcore anime. I'm like, bro, this is more towards a hentai, if anything. The way the anime's looking after the whole Curryha was like, let me make it up to you. That was just a hentai moment. Like, that didn't make any sense. So, I think it's a good hentai. I don't think it's a good anime. I guess. I had the sex scenes. I'm like, oh wow, oh. It's like, I know people get off to that, but in the context of what is happening, most of the time I'm just sitting there looking like fucking worm, dog, flaccid. I'm like, dog, whatever. Yeah. Redo of a healer. The good hentai, I suppose. Someone told me that. That was their point against my review video. They were like, it's a good hentai though, and I was like, I guess. It's gonna get 12 episodes, more than most hentais can say. And it doesn't look horrible. So, that's something. But yeah. I'm supposing I'm off of this. I can't think of anything else that I could say right now. I'm thinking of Blade Knight. I had a lot of problems with Blade Knight in general. I thought she was stupid as a villain. But you know, he didn't touch her that whole time. That whole fight, he didn't touch her once at all. He couldn't have just blown her up too. Fuck. Okay. I don't know. I'm like, if you could just touch people and they die, I feel like you should just like deflect once and then you just win the fight. I'm just saying. But I think we're gonna end off the video here. So, like I always say, I hope you like and subscribe. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear about it. I'm super interested on what someone could say to me. I would be ecstatic if someone could change my mind about this anime, but at the moment, this is where we stand. So, yeah, I'll talk to you later.